top 4 of the 6 teams in action here proceed to the playoffs in Kigali, Rwanda in May. We start off with a real bombastic North African thriller as Morocco's AS Salé tussle with US Monastir before home team Dakar University Club clash with Reg of Rwanda. Now, before we take a closer look at this encounter, let's see if Q is buckled up and ready for some on-court turbulence as we take a look at the standings.
The seatbelt is safely buckled, and I'm ready for what should be possibly one of the games of the tournament, Robbie. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and we've also got, well, fresh information coming courtside from you-know-who, Asha Komagisha.
Well, yes, thank you very much, Robbie. Very exciting to be here for the action tonight. It's a Friday and it's going to be great basketball on the court. But for AS Salé, Zakaria El Masbahi will be sitting this one out, the North African derby. He suffered an injury to his lower back in their last game against Slack of Guinea.
Let's take a look at the starting lineups then with Dixon Diabite, Majok, the Giant, Layani and Sliman. Big strong team here and a big statement. Don't change a winning team, basically, Q.
Nothing changed for Coach Miodrag Perisic, and he's going with the tried and tested. That lineup has brought him 2 wins, and so, you know, if it's not broken, Robbie, you don't fix it.
It's exactly that, and you know, US Monastir starting to move in their magical way. The first clash was a little bit tricky. They managed to win 77-71 in their opening clash, and then afterwards, of course, we saw that another victory, getting themselves in a very good position. They find themselves coming up against AS Salé, who, to me, are a team that are gaining momentum slowly but surely, finding their leaders off and on the court under, of course, the Australian female coach Liz Mills.
Coach Liz Mills will be very happy with that 31-point fourth quarter in the win against Ferroviario de Beira, and they have started to find some chemistry on the floor. Their primary scorers, their big 3, as I like to call them, Vasa, Stoglin, and Aruna, starting to step up. But I think one of the key men will be that man, Bukashu. He's a leader on and off the court.
Yeah, Belgian international, born in Morocco, big, burly, and he dropped in to say hello on a couple of occasions with some very, very big 3-pointers that basically enabled AS Salé to go and win. This is the starting 5 for AS Salé of Morocco.
Haruna, Massa, the change comes with Azuga starting as Karachi not going to get the start today. Stoglin and Bukashu in the center of the paint.
Yeah, it's Mohamed Karachi. Just he came out for a little bit of practice earlier on, but he just didn't feel it. He was dropping in some shots, but the niggling quads muscle, I think it's a groin injury, I think it was, where he was troubled in the last clash, and that basically means that he needs to just, you know, stand aside and hope that that man, Azuga, can come in and replace him firmly and surely. There's one player who will obviously stand out from the crowd. Must be a little bit of a concern, of course, for AS Salé, how to deal with the likes of Majok, how to deal with the likes of Radwan Sliman and Layani, who's really one of the top players here in Dakar.
I have loved the play of Majok and specifically Layani. They've given some great production. Majok in 27 minutes is averaging 15 points, 12 rebounds, 12 and a half rebounds, but it's those 3 blocks, and that matchup with Bukashu, something we need to keep an eye on. But another matchup that I think is going to be so crucial is going to be Michael Andre Dixon, yes, taking on Terrell Devon Stoglin, the leading tournament scorer, the 2021 BAL scoring champion, and that matchup going to be big.
Yeah, there's some big players on court today, Bukashu being one of them. Nice little greeting there with some of the players here. Diabite, of course, Solo Diabite. We've got some great players. In fact, this is going to go down as an absolute classic, I'm sure, in the Basketball Africa League. There is Liz Mills, who is, well, very concentrated on trying to get this team all the way. She joined up with AS Salé of Morocco only a month ago. Not much time to get things sorted.
I think a lot of teams in this tournament just getting together a month or so before. They've had the benefit of cores that have played together throughout international tournaments, but it's underway now.
Here is Michael Dixon of the United States, the US Monastir player. Tunisian team, of course, Tunisian Afro-Basket champions from 2021. They groom and produce quality in a big way as Slimane tries to drop in for the first points of the game. And, well, that's a perfect way to kick off the proceedings for US Monastir.
Nice flowing offense finds Slimane with so much time and space, and he's a marksman from range.
Here is Haruna, Abdoulaye Haruna of Niger. Spent a few years in Miami. Bukashu also trying to respond with a three-pointer straight downtown, off the ring, tidied up by Slimane. Majok going on a little bit of a maneuver, and he knocks Azuga off his feet.
I think it's called for the charge. I think he's trying to establish his physicality in the paint, but a little bit too aggressive. And this was that beautiful opening three from Slimane.
Yeah, beautiful range, great shooter, isn't he, Slimane? He's been doing it for years, a lot longer than a lot of the players here in the Basketball Africa League, and well, just does it all the time. It's metronomic for him. Now, Bukashu Majok is a lovely little battle that we'll see take place here. Look at the turn. Oh, he just couldn't get it off the backboard. Majok just getting in his way a little bit.
Majok gets off the ground quickly. He's tough to just score on, and he showed it right there on that defensive possession.
Diabite getting the ball into the middle. That is an under-the-basket attempt at a layup for Majok, but the foul has been committed. And I think that's Azuga who's picked it up.
Azuga just a little bit late on the rotation, and keeps his hand straight up, maybe a little bit of body contact, and so it is Majok to the free throw line. Majok is a very competent free throw shooter. He shot it at 75% in the 2021 season, and he's doing a pretty good job so far.
Commentator's curse, there you go.
0.4%. That is commentator's curse.
Listen, Radwan Slimani, 41 years of age, but he doesn't have, just like Asha said, Zakaria El Masbahi, 2009, his first ever Afro basket that he played in. Slimani, 41 years of age, a wonderful player, of course, and spent a lot of time traveling around, playing in different countries. Very, very tough, very physical player. And you mentioned something, he might have a little bit of a tussle with a player out there today. Stoglin's shot goes underneath the net.
Well, we've got to look out for that Slimane-Bukashu matchup. It could be something.
Dixon with the attempt at the layup from down the right side, gets another chance off the metal and tidied up by Azorga. Haruna picks it up. Massa, Spanish player, Bukashu. Well, there's the traveling call there. And again, Majok really tight on Bukashu.
Maybe some signs of nerves early from both teams. They're not looking as fluid on the offensive end, other than that opening three.
There's a lot to talk about, you know. I mean, you can imagine the newspapers talking about how important this battle is between these two North African teams that are heavyweights in not just in North Africa, but right across the continent.
That is for sure.
Dixon out to Diabite. His pass, well, it's straight into the hands of Massa. Massa, of course, coming from Ferroviario de Maputo, who playing in the BAL, trying to find his position within the squad. It's a squad full of, well, you can call them A-listers, call them what you like, but it's a little bit tricky. Massa drives in for two, and there's your answer.
Fantastic backdoor cut, and that's an even better pass. Massa gets his first field goal and opens the account for Salé.
And Usher's going to open her account right now, because we're going to go and find out what's going on. Usher, where are you?
Well, I'm behind the bench of US Monastir, and the coach Perisic is insisting that they need to take out Stoglin by all means. So when you look at how much defense Solo Diabate is playing on him, trying to force him to go to the right side, and there it is.
It's a wonderful, wonderful drive through. Layani with the one-hander, smashing it in, crashing it in, making a statement with Stoglin at the other end, also reacting. It's 4-6. We'll have a look at this again. Let's just have a look at Stoglin, getting himself a little bit of space there, and over the top it goes.
Fantastic, creating space for the open shot, and he can score at mid-range, but I really like when he is going downhill.
Slimane, Majok's calling for the ball. Goes over the shot. That's neatly done by Dixon. Dixon's, well, he's got a baby on the way for next month, but getting himself through to the playoffs in Kigali would also be, well, not as good as becoming a father, of course, but look at that, dropping it in. Azurga with a wonderful, wonderful score. Slimane goes for three as well. Oh, my word. They're both at it at each end. And there we have it, 7-8. 7-11 now, of course, with that three-pointer. Haruna around the outside, trying to find a bit of space. Bukishu, Zorga, there it is, off the metal, and picked up by Dixon. Dixon trying to find some bit of space coming through. Layani! Oh, delightful stuff there from the main man.
He has been one of my standout players so far in this BAL. Layane hanging in the paint for that layup.
He's in the right place at the right time, coming through, motoring through like a juggernaut. Nothing to stop him on his way towards his final destination. Stogling getting a little bit caught up, but too much traffic there. Bukishu! Bukishu! Lovely drive off the backboard and in.
The big man puts it down on the floor, but finishes with the soft touch.
Soft, as smooth as you can, as it is, as Diapite just unable to get his shot in. Here's Haruna going around the outside. Whoa, the ball comes out. Massa trying to throw it around the left-hand side, and comes to nothing besides a foul. And look at this, Monastir just 4 points ahead.
Actually, pretty good defensive play, staying in front of Haruna. It's just on that final attempt. Draws the contact. Free throw line it is.
Dixon, the man. First one off the metal. There he is.
Haruna, of course, played for FAP of Cameroon in the 2021 BAL. He had great numbers, 18.7, 3 rebounds, 2.7 assists, and he used to shoot at 39% in that tournament from outside.
He's a top player. He helped them go through to the quarterfinals last year in Kigali, in Rwanda. We'll be going there in the month of May, of course, for the playoffs. The top 8 teams will be battling it out. It's a direct elimination. Oh, Slimane trying to get the ball out wide. He saw that there was Dixon, but there was, well, lack of communication, but there was a touch, so they will get possession back off the fingertips of Haruna.
Well, they did a pretty good job, and Massa there,
it's Massa, isn't it? Yeah.
Just got that last touch on the basketball. They did a pretty good job of closing in on Slimane, making the shot tough.
Majok! Well, he gets fouled in a big way. You can see Azorga's got to be a little bit careful. Azuga, sorry, just with the way that he's going in, a little bit too aggressive, and that must be his second foul.
It is a second, and that's a nice dish by Slimane.
Shall we take a little timeout? I think we shall. We're going to take a break. Timeout time. 3 points separating US Salé of Morocco and US Monastir of Tunisia. It's 10-13. Don't go away. AS Salé 10, US Monastir 13. We're back here at the Dakar Arena in West Africa, Senegal. This is US Monastir with Majok, Lebanese. No, sorry, it's he's a national player for Lebanon, but he was originally born in South Sudan. Here he is, major player. He's just added the 1 point, and it's a tight tussle at the start. Massa trying to go up, dropping it in. Oh, it's been swatted away by the big man, Majok.
Tough to get by him. He's definitely been one of the standout players so far in this league. Second league edition, Majok, both defensively and on offense. He's increased his points production from 8.3 to 15 a game, and it's been one of the features of the tournament so far, what Majok has done for Monastir on offense.
Stoglin, not too much space, but he's still capable of just using the powerful shot that he produces and provides. Slimane taking the ball up, going for the drive-through, and that might be an offensive foul. He really did drive Haruna down to the ground.
That'll please Coach Liz Mills, because getting his body on the line, getting in the way, Slimane stepped through, and that's a heads-up defensive play.
Yeah, it's and Slimane just taking a little break. Now we've got a change with Chemsadine Alal just coming on. Sorry, Bemba. What am I talking about? I'm talking about Oussama Manawi, who's just come on. Getting my numbers correct. Here's Bukishu around the outside. And the offensive foul, just arms up in the air. Layani goes down.
And talking about Layani, he actually injured himself in their last game, but he recovered quickly to be ready for this game, a North African derby, and I think is going to be one of their key players tonight if they're to get victory against Salé.
Yeah, he is just a really fine character, this one, because he's from Angola, isn't he? And he just does a brilliant job. He's such an acrobat, isn't he? The way that he just wipes down. Look at that, Diabate driving in for two down the right-hand side. Good score for US Monastir.
Very good score, and this game back and forth, but
Stoglin.
What US Monastir has done well is they've kept Stoglin quiet. They really have focused in on him, and they've made it tough going.
Well, another occasion, the drive around the outside. Just look what Stoglin does, trying to get past Diabate. There's the layup over the top, but they get back possession here, Salé. 6-point lead. They want to try and stop the points hemorrhage. That's a nice ball into the middle there, picked up by Massa. Look at that. That is delightful, that is. And Karachi shows what he's capable of doing. Coming on to replace Azuga. We thought that he might have an injury and he might be actually sidelined, but it's not the case. He seems to be okay for the time being.
Got to keep an eye on that situation for sure.
Good chance to get the ball up court. Haruna, Stoglin around the outside. Oh, it's Majok again. And the defense of that man's game is outrageously good.
It is outrageous for sure. It doesn't matter if it's through the lane. His timing and his length and his athleticism are almost insurmountable inside the paint.
He just hones in on, on every single offensive player as they're driving through to try and, drop that ball in and lay it to rest. Very complicated when he's defending. Here is Solo Diabate, a lovely drive through, and there he points, draws the foul. Fantastic stuff from the Ivorian. The foul committed by that man there, Sofiane Kourou.
That's the second time we've seen him just split the defense and get inside for the easy layup. This time he draws the foul.
So well protected, isn't it? Usher, you're just behind the AS Salé bench, and I can see that you're doing a bit of your roving reporting stroke spying. What's going on?
Well, obviously, looking at the court side and the technical bench of AS Salé, they're trying to find a way how Stoglin can attack the defense there, and it's going to be tough for him because they're trying to force him to go to the right, and as a left-handed player, it's a bit difficult.
Oh, look at that for Haruna, dropping in for 3 points. Very important as well, because that's just knocked them up to, 14 points to 19. Yeah, Usher, sorry, cut you off there. Carry on, please. Be my guest. Be our guest.
Yes, well, I was just...
Magic! Oh! What he does is magic! Remarkable scoring there, but unchallenged, basically. He'll always do that day in, day out.
Comes from the defense, comes from Diabate, doing the hard work, and there's a quick reply, and they need that. That was a monster jam, though.
Now Usher's back with us.
We can allow her back in.
I think my joke won't let me say anything.
No one will. Look at that, Dixon! Dixon in for 3. Usher, we've got a moment. We've got a few seconds at least.
Absolutely incredible. Well, I was talking about how Stoglin is trying to find his way into the paint, but using his right side, and it's a bit of a problem.
Just the drop-off, and Magic Majok does what he's been doing throughout the tournament, punishing the rim.
Crikey, I think Haruna taking the ball up for AS Salé. AS Salé, it's an 8-point lead. It can move and change so quickly, can't it, the scoreboard, because we've got some A-listers on the court today, Q.
It's fascinating viewing indeed.
It's a beautiful score that is from Kourou. Put himself in the right position. The big man in the paint, waiting to take the pass. Unstoppable there.
The defense now forcing Stoglin to distribute the ball a little bit more, and he's playing his role.
Dixon! Brilliant three-pointer from downtown. And again, they just push themselves away. There is no time to miss offensive plays and not score, in fact, each time that you get possession.
Dixon, top of the key, falls back, but hits it. It's a high-scoring quarter. 27 points given up by AS Salé here in the first, and they're going to have to make some real defensive adjustments in the break.
Haruna of Niger, born in Niamey, is Stoglin for three! Finally gets himself some points. He needed those points as well, didn't he, Terrell Stoglin, because he's now got, what, 5? You expect him to have a bit more going into the final minute of the first quarter. Dropping in for three on the other side. It is absolutely insane, this. A fantastic score. And US Monastir with Usama Manawi replying.
They are functioning on all cylinders. Like, this is a well-oiled machine. This is what US Monastir look like when they're playing good basketball.
5 of 6 three-pointers nailed by US Monastir. Massive percentage-wise. Kourou gets the ball out. There's a chance. Karachi, sorry, and there it is. Massa trying to drop in with his three-pointer from long range. They get possession back as we watch the clock stop at 22.5. Layani this time. Actually, you did mention he did have a little bit of an issue because he turned his ankle, didn't he? And it looked quite nasty at one point, but somehow, well, these kids are made of elastic, aren't they?
Well, he's a fighter. When you look at his attitude going into the game, he just wants to do everything possible to make sure that US Monastir finish top of this group. There's a lot of work to be done, but he's trying to do his best as he's given the minutes on the court.
Top quality player. I think US Monastir playing second fiddle to Zamalek in last year's final in Kigali. And Layani, how many minutes did he spend on court in the final? It was 2 minutes and 45 seconds, I think he said. And he said, if I would have played more than that, and you know how he thinks that, you know, if he gets more time, then he can perform and get his team to perform. Haruna trying to drive through the paint, runs into Layani. Layani doesn't budge, and they get possession.
Well, Layani's now upped his minutes to 26.7 a game. He's averaging 15 this tournament, and he certainly did take that personally, and he's earned every single second on the court.
Well, that was Manawi, in fact, who slapped the ball away. And there he is, Layani, just taking a break. Last few seconds of this first quarter. Dixon, loads of space, but finally misses the target. And the end of the first quarter sees AS Salé trail by 11 points to US Monastir. Yes. It's the Moroccans, AS Salé 21, Tunisia's US Monastir 32. AS Salé 21, US Monastir 32. You can see Dixon, Slimane talking. This Tunisian team really are showing us what they're capable of doing. 5 out of 6 three-pointers. It's a remarkable percentage. This is one of Dixon's from downtown. Q, the long-range shooting, obviously working its magic. That was Slimane's opener in the first couple of minutes for US Monastir, but they've been in top-notch form, haven't they, from downtown?
Near perfect offensive quarter for sure. 66%. They were 6 of 9 from the field, but 5 of 6 from the outside. And if they continue to play like that, it's hard for AS Salé to get back in the game. They've got to find ways to frustrate this US Monastir offense, make them pass the ball a couple more times, and also strangle out on that three-point line. But it's going to be tough.
Yeah, and
they've got a little bit of confidence.
Modrag Perisic, the Serbian coach, a journeyman who's been around and coached many teams, national teams as well, now settling with US Monastir and trying to, well, guide them to BAL success in Kigali. But first of all, they got to get past AS Salé, and they need to just find some rhythm, get that confidence back, and get this man, Terrell Stoglin, a little bit of space so that he can provide us with some fine shooting, like this one here on the edge of the D. Comes back off the metal.
Well, that's what this tight defense of Stockland is doing. It's making him think about his offense a little bit more. They've taken away his dribble penetration, and now he's got to either distribute the basketball or shoot it from mid-range or the outside. It's credit to Monastir defense.
Marnawi drops it into the paint. There's a chance to try and wriggle and find himself a little bit of space there. Quite complicated finally, but it's Gayaza, quality player, foul committed by Haruna.
Gets big minutes, does Gayaza, 15 in the tournament so far. He doesn't score too much, but role player extraordinaire for US Monastir, just does whatever is needed and asked for him, or asked of him by the team.
Solo Diabate, the Ivorian, top player for US Monastir last year, of course, outstanding form. Now he finds himself in a... Oh, look at that, Major takes the pass, dunks it big time, and 2 more points for US Monastir. Yeah, Solo Diabate, I was just saying that he was injured in December, and he only came back. It was his first game back for the opening clash for US Monastir. So no game time really for him. Long range from downtown from Cordu, back off the metal.
Well, we've seen him continue to just improve game after game.
That's
and
it.
As he gets his game rhythm, you can expect him to play a larger role for Monastir.
Oh, Gayaza, look at that, beautifully done. The drive, the dunk, hanging off the metal as if it's, you know, just a hobby of his. Beautifully executed in a big way from the big man.
It's an all-out assault on the rim right now. US Monastir playing fantastic basketball, and they're functioning on all cylinders.
Big score that was for US Monastir. We're going to take a break. Back in a moment. We'll go away.
You engage with us on social media. The BAL will plant 3 trees. That's 3 trees for every 3, as well as every like.
Tunisian Giants, US Monastir leading by 15 over Salé of Morocco. The Maghreb derby, the North African derby. It's a tight tussle. Bukashu hasn't really found his feet just yet. Tries to get himself a little bit of space, draws the foul, and he will get a couple of attempts from the free throw line, but you can just see how motivated he is, and he's the one who's been motivating this AS Salé team, which is of course full of youngsters, as Liz Mills underlined, full of imports, but also full of quality, experienced Moroccan players.
Well, he has been the vocal leader for sure, and every time you see him play, he's encouraging teammates. He's trying to lead with his play on the floor, and he's going to have to play a pivotal role if they're going to try and mount a comeback from this red-hot Monastir basketball that we've seen.
Usher, did you manage to pick up anything? Did you put your glass against the wall and kind of hear and listen into what Liz Mills was saying with her players?
Yes, obviously Liz Mills is telling her players that they need to play better defense, and as you can see with that shot from US Monastir, they're not being aggressive, and that is all she's asking for them, because when you play good defense, then it makes your offense very easy on the other end.
Yeah, and it's an interesting fact, is Bukashu trying to sort of find his way around here. Haruna going in for 3! Oh, it just comes off the metal. Bukashu gets fouled by Gayaza. And it's interesting because not aggressive in defense is what you said, Usher. At the same time, you look back at their last clash and it was 17 offensive rebounds that gave them a lot of points, gave Beira a lot of points, despite the fact that they lost, but that's just not good enough, is it? So you get rid of, you make amends for one thing, but then you find flaws in another one.
Adjustments are the nature of the game, and they've got to continue to adapt and adjust.
Lovely pass that was from Major. Gayaza finishes it off, and they get to the 40-point barrier. We've got 7:23 left in the second.
Arguably their best performance of the tournament so far. Monastir in these first 2 quarters, they are really just playing some great team basketball.
Zuga with a wonderful 3-pointer down the right side there.
We haven't seen much of Azuka. He's only played 5 minutes, and so far he's justifying that move up into the starting lineup. Even if it was forced, he's really stepping up.
Yeah, and you know, you got a three-point specialist with Mohamed Korechi, of course, but he had a knee injury last year and missed out. Is Majuk. Majuk gets the ball out. Gayaza back to Majuk. Majuk mid-range. There it is. Dropped in for two as he falls down onto his rear.
It's so tough to guard. They inside, outside. Monastir can hurt you from everywhere.
Stoglin unable to do anything with that. Tries to drive through or around that man Majuk. Very complicated indeed. It's a 17-point game. Manawi has his effort come back off the metal, and they tidy things up once again. They go again. Mahemli's come on. Lots of changes within this US Monastir team. Gayaza. Oh, Gayaza. Well, there was a travel, of course. He caught the ball in the air like that. The travel call was made. Good bit of defensive play, I must admit, from Solo Diabite.
Well, they were supposed to get a shot up. The shot clock was running down, and so Gayaza was pressed a little bit, and he lost the ball. And so shot clock violation, or rather the traveling violation called, but it was going to be a turnover anyway.
Haruna trying to get past Gayaza. Gayaza make amends. Solo Diabate down around the outside meets Haruna. Gets the ball out wide. Garuza out wide again, and here it is, the attempt to try and drop it in for three. The rebound's not good enough. Look, offensive rebounds, very slick, and they get another chance.
When it's going for you and you have all this sort of momentum, it just continues to fall for you.
Well, that's a nice mid-range effort. A little bit of disappointment, I think, because he didn't get the three, but two's enough.
7 points now for Diabate.
It's a good start, isn't it? When you look at some of the point scoring, it's right across the board, in fact, isn't it? 74% field goals. And look at that. That is fantastic. Will that count? I think it will. Stoglin gets the 3 points, definitely. And, well, they come at a good time.
They very much need it. He steps back. The hand comes into his face. They call the contact. Stoglin trying to will the offense, and you can almost feel his frustration as he tries to figure out how to score 8 points. Even though he's been tightly guarded, he still continues to find ways.
Yeah, just trying to... Sorry, Asha, carry on.
Yes, Q, the thing about Stoglin is that US Monastir are going to try and make sure that they reduce his count on the scoreboard, but also frustrate him. So they're going at him, they keep changing the people who are guarding him so that, you know, he gets tired and frustrated, and that's what they want, and it's working for them so far.
It's an interesting point there with Haruna just communicating with Liz Mills there, because, you know, she's confining him. He's got a big role to play for AS Salé, of course, but at the moment, mixing it up a little bit, making it very complicated. Defensively solid on that occasion, which will come as a great relief for Mills and AS Salé.
They need a couple more of those kinds of possessions for sure.
Korechi. He's being used intelligently by Mills, of course, knowing that he's got that little injury that could get in the way. Oh, look at that. That was an angled three-pointer, beautifully done. I think it was two with a foot that just went into the D, but up to the 30-point mark. You'll take that, won't you, every day?
Yeah, just inside the line, but still a nice step-back jumper. Now he's trying to create, instead of attacking inside, he's relying on the outside shot, outside mid-range shot.
Running out a bit of space there, Manawi. Sliman gets back on court. Deadly from out wide. Ball knocked out of his hands by Korechi. Good defensive play there, just to prevent the 41-year-old Tunisian from getting through into the paint.
Defense going to be so crucial here. 44 points with still 4 minutes left. They have to try and find ways to just frustrate this US Monastir offense.
So much advice. Massa goes to the bench, of course. You want to get himself onto the court, but also it's also about finding a place within this team, this new team with all of these different players. There he is, Baro Massa, a wonderful player, an outstanding leader, but there are other leaders in this team as well, so it's difficult to find the pecking order in your position. That's an air ball there, picked up by Korechi.
Second great defensive possession for AS Salé.
Yeah, this will come as a bit of great relief. Stoglin, oh, wonderful hands and the movement just to keep it away from the defense.
When he gets inside the paint, off the pick and roll, or gets on the dribble, he's so tough to stop. The best in the BAL, no doubt.
And that's why he can go on one-man missions like that. Slimane gets rid of Karachi. Majok driving through. Majok off the backboard. And what is that, 3 in a succession that they haven't managed to get points.
A nice defensive run here. Salé got to get a score.
The frustration, and you can see Bukashu just saying sorry because he made the wrong pass there. Look at that. Now, that was a fantastic block, I think.
They're going to call it clean.
Yeah, absolutely.
Azuka.
Azuka just getting the ball away from swatting it away, doing a bit of a Majok move.
Great timing, and he elevates high and manages to avoid the body contact. It was a good defensive play, and another good defensive play to build on. They need to get a stop on this possession.
Yeah, Gayaza. Oh, wild pass out wide by Gayaza to try and pick out Majok. I don't know how we didn't see him, because honestly he's one of the biggest blokes on the court, and you know, you should be able to find him with your eyes closed because he's always well positioned.
He's an easy find, but as I say, another defensive possession, building some pressure now on Monastir, who have not been under pressure.
Oh, that is a delight to the eye. Stoglin drops it in. And look at it, we're down to 11 points. It's looking a lot better, isn't it? 2:52 left on the clock. And Usher, who's going to tell us what's going on after this Dixon three-pointer from down the left side.
Well, there's a lot of pressure and tension on the US Monastir bench. You can feel it. They're trying to find ways of stopping Stoglin, but so far it's a little bit tough in the last 3 minutes.
Yeah, I wonder what the coaching can see. Perisic just talking and being very vocal. He's up, he's got his hands on his hips as he tries to work things out and understand how things are functioning. Majok being just squeezed out there. Dixon on the outside. Gayaza. Oh, he loses possession. Once again, they just not having the confidence. It's one of those runs, isn't it? Bukashu gave the ball away in the last play. What can he do this time? Haruna into the middle. Oh, a wild pass there from Karachi. You can't do that. You just can't do that. Dixon picks it up.
They do all the hard work on the defensive end, and then throw away carelessly will be frustrating for AS Salé fans as well as their bench.
Diabite of Côte d'Ivoire spent a lot of time. He, of course, played with Zamalek last year, not with US Monastir, so it's a different team for him. Long range from Dixon. Oh, Dixon, drop it in, lay it to rest.
He has been on fire from the outside, and again, wide open, and rips the net.
Dixon, very dangerous player, of course, up to 8 points now. Long range, look at that. Where did that come from? Q, that was from outer space.
They need more of that. They need to go to outer space a little bit more, and it's got to come off the defensive possessions.
Beautiful three, despite the Slimane pressure. Diabite, look at that tussle. It's a Karachi tussle with Diabite. Now we're going to have a jump ball, of course, with that, because they both clutched onto it at the same time.
Well, Dixon up to 14 points, and is 4 or 5 from the three-point line. He's just been really busy and highly effective. He actually leads all the scorers on the floor.
I didn't get an update with my stats. That's the problem there. The drive in for Slimane gets the 2.
52 points. This has been fantastic for US Monastir.
Hey, look, we might be our first 100-point game today. Got up to 98, I think, 97 as well. But we haven't got past into the triple digits. Liz Mills, concerned? Well, she's seen a bright spell that has seen AS Salé come way back into this game, but there's still a massive lead, and all of it, you just get the impression that they work so hard, and then all of a sudden, Monastir do a couple of plays, and then they move away again.
Well, they had 32 points after that first quarter, so they've improved their defense in this quarter, but they need to do just a little bit more.
Karachi gets the second chance. He gets knocked sideways there. I thought there was a little bit of a limp from Karachi as Slimane goes on a little bit of a wander, gets the ball out to Majok. Here's the Ivorian Diabite, 34 years of age, showing us what he's capable of doing. Well, Majok couldn't smash that in. The alley-oop attempt comes to nothing. Stoglin for 3. Layani Stoglin for three.
Well, Dixon thought that he had the leading scorer tag. Stoglin takes his total up to 16.
Yeah, but he needs a few of his teammates to get him up with, you know, just putting a bit of pressure on him with double figures. Long range from Dixon. The Dixon effort doesn't manage to find its way, goes out of play, and that's the end of the half. Well, a lot of good shooting, but a few giveaways as well. For the half-time scores, with Majok unable to slam that in and lay it to rest. We are AS Salé 39 with Monastir 52 points. It's half-time. We'll take a small break. We'll be back in a moment. We're back here in the Dakar Arena, Senegal, West Africa. We are here for the Basketball Africa League. This is season 2, AS Salé 39, US Monastir 52. Some battles that are taking place on the court. Well, there's been quite a few, but at the end of the day, I think all eyes are on this man, Stoglin, because he needs to raise his game a little bit more. 16 points, 2 out of his 5 3-pointers. There are other players that need to stand up as well, Q.
They do, but at least he has played a little bit of provider. 3 assists. He's the only player on that team in double figures. Haruna's got his 6, and Azuga has chipped in on the start. And this was the matchup that I said could be crucial because Dixon has answered the call. He's got 14 points, 4 of 6 from the outside, but he has 6 assists. He's just playing a little bit better at this stage in an offense that suits his style, and it has paid dividends as far as US Monastir. The score sheet reflects that with their 52 points and the offense functioning at such a high level. 65% on the interior, 58% from the 3-point line, and they have assisted on 19 of those plays. So a really good first half, and they'll try and replicate that in the second.
I feel really, you know, I feel awkward not being able to call massive plays by that wonderful play, Alvaro Massa, and big plays from Khalid Boukashou. They're not getting the time and the place and the possession to be able to really just stormtrooper their way up against this US Monastir team, and it's a little bit disappointing, really.
One thing I have seen from Massa in his play over the last couple of qualification windows is that in the second half is when he steps up. So he'll find a way to input himself, whether it'll be on the offensive glass. He doesn't always need ball in hand, but he does get frustrated when he doesn't have it. Boukashou is a floor leader. We saw it yesterday. He can stay quiet, and he'll pick his moments where he can step up. They're going to need all 5 players on the floor if they're going to try and mount a comeback against last year's runners-up. Monastir are tough to beat on any day. They're even tougher to beat when they have the lead.
Absolutely. All 5 players need to be leaders out there today for AS Salé. All 5 starters here. And, well, they give possession back to US Monastir right from the very start. There you can see the Moroccan Giants of AS Salé, 27 African champions in that competition that was a little bit different. It was the FIBA Africa Champions Cup, of course, when they beat Etoile de Radez of Tunisia, 70-69. And of course, US Monastir, Giants in a big way in North Africa. As the ball comes back out to Slimane. Slimane for 3 points. Look at that. That is sensational from the 41-year-old.
Still perfect from the 3-point line. That's his 3rd connection from long range.
Stoglin unable to respond with a quick layup down that left flank of the court. Again, the first points go their way, and the possession was for AS Salé. Layani, Slimane for 3. No, he goes out wide. Dixon. Clock's going down. Layani. And it's been taken comfortably there defensively with the rebound. The arm went up for Dixon. And Stoglin trying to produce some wizardry there, but foul committed.
Well, he managed to split the double that came to him quite quickly and was able to draw the foul. But that's the plan. Got to get the ball out of Stoglin's hands.
Haruna, Zorga, Boukashou, Massa. Massa's game. Massa. Oh, there's another foul. Layani just with contact to the wrist on Boukashou.
Bigger body, Boukashou in the paint. Even though Layani himself, no small man, but Boukashou just slightly broader frame and makes a tough cover in the low post.
Leani playing very comfortable. Look at that for Stoglin. Well, it's a Majok. It's a Majok block, isn't it?
Nope, they call the goaltend.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, absolutely. There you go.
Gets by, and as soon as it touches the glass, any touch by a defender, the referees will award the bucket.
Into the middle, into the paint. Oh, Majok just polishing off a move that was not that quite finished by that man Leani. Always in the right place at the right time.
He is magic in the paint. 10 magic points for Majok now.
Stoglin on a mission. Haruna from out wide, nicely done. Rattling the metal perfectly. 44-57.
The guard to get stopped defensively.
Dixon frustrated as he went for the drive. The foul was committed. There you go, that is it. A very blatant slap to the wrist. Stoglin's second foul, I believe. Majok out wide, Sliman up against Haruna. Good pass to Leani. Oh, the little fullback drop shot.
Fadeaway jumper from Leani, and it was well done. Just off the dribble. And this Monastir offense is scoring in so many ways.
Off the medal by Stoglin.
Stoglin trying to keep their minute. Is a tough matchup for Diabate. Shorts it, but he'll go to the free throw line. After that frustrating first quarter, Stoglin has certainly adapted, and now is looking a lot more comfortable against the coverages that are being thrown at him.
Gets his first from the free throw line. Bukashu back up court talking with Haruna as the second lands perfectly.
81% in the tournament so far from the free throw line, converts those two.
13-point advantage here. The Ivorian Diabate, Côte d'Ivoire, back to Dixon. Dixon trying to use Majok, trying to get the ball back out. Massa trying to cover Leani. Leani's delightful. Charge through, very aggressive. And then the soft touch at the end to just drop it onto the silver platter. Your points are in the bag. Yes, they are.
Becomes the fourth US Monastir player to go into double figures. 11 points for Leani.
Stoglin. Shot clock going down, a little bit of pressure there. It's not hitting his range. And down the other side, Diabate with Majok. Goes through the middle. Well, beautifully done. Azorga tried to follow, but he was just too quick, the Ivorian.
That's a great layup, and we're seeing the two contrasting styles now from the teams.
Massa, well, coming off the metal. Bukashu unable to get the rebound. Again, his range just a little bit off. Talked to us before the game. Dixon just entering the D, and that won't be allowed. He was talking to us before the game, wasn't he, Kieran? He said, I'm missing the easy shots, and because it's complicated out there, because I don't know what's going on.
Well, there's obviously a call on the offensive foul, so that three didn't count. But yeah, Massa did chat to us, and what he was saying is that sometimes they starve for possession, so it becomes tougher for him to just stay in the game, and we've seen that. That was a one-pass shot. We call it a one-pass shot because a single pass in the possession and a shot goes up.
Dixon dropping in for three. Oh, he's on fire there. You can see that he's all raged up and ready to rock.
He's not the only one on fire. The scoreboard is too. It's up to 20 for Monastir.
Stoglin goes out to Massa. That's better. Massa for his three. That's what he likes. That's what he's up to. That's what he can do. The drive in from Stoglin gets the ball out. He's, of course, got that space and time, and he drops it in.
7 points for Massa.
Dixon again going for the long-range three this time. Oh, the rebound not good enough for Leani, just coming off the metal. Haruna takes the ball to Bukashu. Massa out wide to Haruna. Nicely done. 3 points coming off the backboard, taken well by Leani.
better possession. You like to see the ball sharing. It's just the shot that let AS Salé down.
49-66. It's a big game for big shooters, and Sliman's effort rattles but doesn't stay down.
Well, he was perfect from the field, from the three-point line before that miss, and that just rattled in and out frustratingly.
Hey, that's 2 good passes, but the final shot from Azorga not good enough, coming back out.
Both teams.
Stoglin making 2 good passes there, you know, just to find the right players in the right place. That's a poor pass, that is, from Majok. Massa picks it up. What opportunities do they have? Bukashu. Oh, that's a good ball. Haruna, or Majok with the block. Massa. Haruna. Oh, Majok again. Now, let's see what's going on. That's Majok who makes the block, isn't it? Yeah, it is. It's tending. You're absolutely right. It is tending, isn't it?
Yeah, it just touches the board again. But that was a great example of how good Majok is in the paint.
Well, a frenetic, crazy start to the second half. I can tell you that. 49 for AS Salé, 66 for US Monastir. Not too much in it, but still a big battle taking place. The Dakar Arena here in Senegal, in West Africa. AS Salé 51, US Monastir 66. The reaction from Usher before we get some alley-oop scores, dunks, and all the rest of it.
Just quickly, both coaches asking their players to pass that ball and not to dribble too much in the paint and look for the easier option out there. Use the ball possession and literally play the clock.
Interesting. Do you do that when you're, well, 15 points down for AS Salé? Well, they can pass the ball around. And when Stoglin was getting the ball and he was making those passes out wide, you saw that they had plenty of time to try and drop in those threes.
Well, hopefully it'll open up shot opportunities that are uncontested, and that's probably why they want to take as much time off the clock as possible.
It's nicely done. Oh, it's just been kept out. Bukashu doing the business. Gayaza frustrated. Doesn't sink it. Stoglin into the paint. Zorga, another attempt to try and get the ball in. He can't keep the ball in play. It will be AS Salé who get possession.
This US Monastir defense is strangling the Salé offense, and it's making it tough. And that was an option that ran out as far as Azuga was concerned, but they do keep possession alive.
Yeah, and you take off Majok and you just bring on someone like Sliman, for example. It's just, they've got a bench, haven't they? That's nicely done, but it's not been the rebound, the offensive rebound, not good, but they're lucky enough to get the ball back again.
Twice now, a good defensive position results in the ball going out of bounds, but staying with AS Salé. Sliman just can't control, wouldn't go to hand, and it goes out.
Yeah, I think the long tentacles of that one, Khalid Bukashu doing the business. A technical, I think.
And the technical was on Slimani because he kicked the ball in frustration after a second consecutive time failing to get possession there.
He's got no reason to really be frustrated, and I think the frustrating thing will be Coach Miodrag Perisic looking at that particular call. Small breaks like this can also just help to change momentum.
And the first one's knocked down there by Stoglin.
It's only one.
It's only one.
But they keep possession.
Majok just out of his seat, giving advice as the ball comes out to Bukashu. Tries to drop it in for 3 into the corner, doesn't sink it. Good chance for them to make it an 11-point game, but they just can't do that. And the US Monastir get possession, playing it coolly at the back with Dixon, Liani, Dixon. Shot clock going down now. Need to try something. Haruna's there, out to Sliman. Sliman's going to try and score those 3 points, and he does indeed. Dropped in perfectly.
Well, he's absolutely feeling it. Every time he releases it, you can see him running back, almost confident that it's going to fall. He's definitely in rhythm.
14 points and another miss coming from Azorga down the left-hand side. He is the second highest scorer for US Monastir, 3 points behind Dixon. As Diabite, it's swatted away. Beautifully done by Azorga. Good defensive plays. Stoglin goes on a bit of a run, and the ball has been taken out of his hands. We're going to assess the situation. The officials trying to understand where that is going. They want to try and see if they can take a look at that, the replay, if there was contact or not.
Really liking the matchup between Dixon and Stoglin, and two really skillful point guards going at it, and it's been fascinating viewing indeed.
Here is Stoglin, running out of space. Forced to make that pass, and they pick up US Monastir. It's a big steal as Leani gets the ball out. Who's coming through? Diabati, and then Sliman. Here he is, Diabite once again. Tries to get it in the paint. There's the attempt at a layup taken by Haruna. Nicely done. Lovely little flick there by the big man. Needed to get there first. Cordu, the big man coming on. In a little bit of a fade. He was under a lot of pressure to try and release that shot. Sliman picks it up, racing, motoring down court. Diabite. Gayaza this time. Sliman, oh, the up and under. And again, Azorga gets in the way.
Just those two possessions have summed up the afternoon as far as AS Salé are concerned. The isolation play, Haruna holding onto the ball for too long, and it results in a poor shot selection. And coming up the other side, Monastir moved the ball for a couple of passes, and Sliman finds so much space on the baseline to draw the foul.
Fourth foul there for Baratin Azuga. Got 2 in the first quarter, of course. Now he's up to 4. Needs to be a little bit careful, of course. 1:52 left in the third.
And actually, Liz Mills is preparing to bring on Kuraichi to replace him.
Mohamed Kuraichi, knee injury last year that kept him sidelined for such a long time. The 22-year-old Moroccan, wonderful player.
Has been having a good league so far, been one of the standout players as well. 16 points for Sliman.
Yeah, he's just he's chasing down that Dixon lead of 17. Haruna goes through the middle. That's nicely done, but his layup, and there is a foul. Leani with the contact going through the paint. Well, the camera's on Gayaza. It might be him, in fact.
What I think has happened on the offensive side for AS Salé is that they've now decided that they're going to give the keys to the offense to Haruna to try and create, see if he can't capitalize on the matchups in front of him instead of going directly through Stoglin. And interesting tactic. We'll see if it works out.
And talking about Gayaza, he was on the losing end playing for Etoile de Rades back in 2017 when AS Salé won in Tunisia. So this one is a bit personal for him.
Yeah, absolutely. Rades just about 60 kilometers south of the capital of Tunisia, Tunis. The ball comes out. Big sporting complex with lots of different team sports taking place there. Sliman very frustrated that he didn't get the officials didn't pick up on contact there.
He's got to be careful. He's already got one tick.
Radwan Sliman, it was looking at Mohamed Kuraichi just smiling as he walked away a little bit, you know, trying to get underneath the skin of the veteran. Haruna trying to find his way through. He's going driving through, but his efforts come and produce nothing. It's a 17-point lead. They really are staying ahead, aren't they, US Monastir? We've got 1 minute left on the clock before the end of the third. Dixon for 2 mid-range, the rebound being picked up. Karachi has it here. Stoglin out to the right, holds it up, goes for the three-pointer, knocks it down beautifully. 57 points to 71.
He's got fight left in him, does Stoglin, and he's not going to give up at any stage. There's still hope for Salé as we head into the fourth.
And he's got 24 points, so his average of 30 is obviously normal for him, but he can't play this one-man show all match, can he?
They've tried through Haruna. He's got 13. 24. They need a little bit more of a chip in from Massa. See if he can input himself on the offensive end and see that might bring them some results in the final 10 minutes.
The game link up between Sliman and Leani. Little bit of confusion there. Stoglin, good opportunity this is. He goes around the outside. Does he commit the foul? Well, he does. It's this time you can see it's Oussama Manawi.
That's the double team that he is able to get around, and then the foul, just trying to tap the ball away. And Stoglin back to the free throw line where he does convert it at 81% clip.
Yeah, just reducing the arrears a little bit more because look, 24 points, 3 from his 7 3-pointers, 3 from 4. So I think that he's not playing too bad today, but they need to go through that run and continue with that run. And honestly, 3 or 4 scores and they're back in this.
Defense will win them this game. They need to find ways to stop this US Monastir juggernaut offense.
Going out wide, this is Manawi with a 3-pointer picked up by Haruna. That's the end of the third quarter, but they just stall them a little bit. It'd be a little bit frustrating for the US Monastir coach Modrag Perisic because it's a 12-point game, which means nothing at the end of the third quarter. We're going to take a break. AS Salé of Morocco trailing by 12 to US Monastir. Break time, back in a minute. Welcome back. AS Salé 59, US Monastir 71. 10 more minutes of basketball, and there are the scores on the doors along with some stats just to give you the lay of the land.
55% from the field, those 24 assists showing how well they're distributing the ball to the 15 of AS Salé. And I think the real standout stat has been the 10 of 20. That's 50% from the free throw, from the 3-point line against the 8 of 24 from the team from Morocco. It's been a good afternoon for US Monastir. They're going to try and close out this fourth quarter in style. AS Salé have got a little bit of work to do if they want to stay in it.
Yeah, 4 players in double digits for US Monastir, only 2 for AS Salé. Talking about Stoglin and Haruna. And the little push there from Diabite. Holds the ball in frustration, knowing that, well, the tight marking there. Well, it was good from Chemseddine Alal.
Nice work defensively, and this will give AS Salé a chance to bring it back within 10. They see the scoreboard, just a little bit of a sell on the push-off. They score here, and it becomes very, very interesting.
Oh, and he does indeed, Stoglin. He's up to 29. He's going to get his 30-point tally. Of course he is. It's like a swag bag for him each time that he gets out onto the court.
Unstoppable. And now we have our first lead under 10 points for US Monastir.
And Diabite, oh, good rebound there from Haruna. Plenty of appreciation there from Liz Mills on the bench, and he goes in for 3 himself! Oh, my word! It's moving quickly, isn't it? And the scores on the boards are moving, shuffling around. It's getting a little bit wild, and we're going to get a reaction from Usher, unless there's an alley-oop or a 3-pointer dropping in from distance.
Well, obviously, Coach Perisic is going mad on the bench and expecting better from his players. If they don't score on this possession, it's going to be a problem.
Majok trying to rattle the ring, and that's been knocked out. It's going to be the AS Salé who pick up possession. How about that? It's a game changer, isn't it?
Big possession, and surprising to see Majok settle for the 3-pointer. Not sure the right decision. 45%, plays 53.
Yeah, the kind of player who just want to, you'll normally expect him to go driving through the paint and use that big body of his and his great height to score the points.
That's the first 3-pointer he's taken all tournament.
And Perisic expects them to actually do better on offense.
Stoglin! He's on fuego!
On fuego indeed, Stoglin. 32 points now on that make.
And 3 straight threes for AS Salé. And the game is a 3-point game here.
Sliman tries to respond, and Majok picks it up. He's being surrounded by AS Salé players. Karachi's there, they're not giving him an inch. There's a Diabite out to Sliman. Sliman with a drive. He's lost the ball, he went straight into Karachi, and that would be an offensive foul. Or will it? I think he He moved into position, I think, because he's going to go to the free throw line. No, it was Haruna, I think, who fouled.
They tried to sell it a little bit extra, but referees, I think, did get the call correct. And so Slimane, to help calm some of the madness that we've seen and maybe just calm the scoring run from AS Salé, who've been red out coming into the fourth quarter.
That's the perfect start for AS Salé. And it's an important score, that is, for Slimane, up to 18 points. Just trying to see who picked up that. Stoglin's sensational poetry and motion, isn't it? It's just a delight to the eye. And even if he's off balance, he can still get his range and hit the nail on the head every time.
Two different types of threes, one on the catch and shoot and the other on the step back. And he is an out-and-out scorer.
Oh, is that what you call it?
That's what you call it.
Is that what you call it?
That's what the basketball community calls it.
Just teasing him. Stoglin, good chance. Kordu picks the ball up, gets it back out. There's a chance for Alal. Alal goes up. Oh, wow. Where did that go? That might be a... And let's see what the reaction is. They get in possession back. They get possession back. Trying to understand. And it was Slimane. Let's have a look on the replay.
And referees calling it a touch. And I don't think the last touch, and from the replay, it looked like it came off an AS Salé player. But the baseline call was made, and so the ball inbounded from the sideline. AS Salé basketball.
See, these are the key plays that are so important during this final quarter. And it'll go down to the wire, this one. Haruna picks the ball up, and they must be feeling it now. But now they've got to make sure that they nail these kind of shots, and they do! Haruna! He's rocking it out there now, like a rock star. Fantastic. 3-point from downtown.
See why he was given the keys to the offense early in the third. He's come alive here at the right time.
Yeah, but give the boy some responsibility, and he'll just say, yeah, I'm going to take the keys to the big car. And Karachi forces the foul. Look at Slimane, a little bit frustrated.
Well, he's known for his physical style of play, almost renowned for it, and just trying to induce the charge, and that was what we call a flop.
That's right. I think they call it acting in Hollywood, don't they?
They certainly do.
Oh, Slimane, the drive through, and he does it big time. What a wonderful dunk that was.
A right-hand tomahawk, and it's almost timeless. Slimane takes his total to 20.
Unbelievable, unbelievable. And the rebound, Gayaza picks it up. Now, did you see Gerald Green's amazing dunk last night when he just, it was like I don't know how to explain it. It was like a motor that was going around. It was a turbulent dunk. Incredible movement of the arms. Smashed it in. Stunning. Picking the ball up here, Alal.
I didn't get a chance to see it.
Well, you can obviously pick it up and on the digital platforms.
Tricky times for both Monastir and Salé. Two-possession game.
Get the ball back quite comfortably. Little battle taking place here between the Ivorian and Haruna from Niger. Watched on by a nervous-looking Modrag Perisic of Serbia.
Well, Perisic has had the better outing so far, getting the high levels of execution from his team, and it will be slightly concerning that it's come. Well, that the scoring run from AS Salé has come here in the fourth quarter and towards the end of the third.
Dixon back on court. Gayaza's there. Majok being tightly marked by Korechi. He doesn't want him to get the ball. Well, they've snatched possession there, and it will be AS Salé who get the ball back.
Kurdu, some great defensive work. That is a timely hand on as Slimane tried to get by him. just on that, just a little touch. Slimane tried to sell it, but wow, that was some really good defense.
Well, he's got lots of experience. He nearly got away with it, but Haruna gets hold of possession. Here he is, Stoglin. And what's going on here? There's a lot of things that are taking place. Is that a foul on Kordu by Majok? Oh, Slimane, wait there a second. And that's not good, is it? Fourth foul for Radwan Slimane with 6 minutes to go. If he gets fouled out, they won't have options. They'll have one less option, in fact. Still options because they've got such a big bench, but that's a wonderful pass. Look at that. Oh, Kordu! Skyhooking it in. Beautifully done. Sensational stuff. It's a 2-point game.
It feels like the momentum in the building has shifted just a little bit.
Hey, there's a big buzz in here. Asha, can you feel the buzz?
Yes, I can feel the buzz. The few Salé fans that are here are buzzing, and they hope for victory tonight.
Fantastic. Good on them. Oh, beautiful from Diabite. Beautiful drive through into the paint there. Salvage a pair of points to make it 4.
There are times he makes that look so easy, Diabite. It's like he finds an open freeway when there's just so much defense being played.
Stoglin going for a long distance. Oh, that's a beautiful reaction. Abdullahi Haruna. Spent a few years playing in Miami, but he loved it down there, didn't he? Down in Florida, of course, playing some good basketball.
He looks like he's loving it out here right now, having a much better second half.
Well, he's once again going for a drive-through. Majok picks the ball up, and big scramble. Haruna's got the ball. Can he keep it in play? He's going to go all the way. Haruna! He's done it again. How about that for a little bit of skullduggery? The Pirates, well, they're creating some kind of mutiny here at the Dakar Arena. 76-77, but no, it's 78-77. We're going to take a break. It's the first time. The first time. Oh, we got a game on with 4:40 left on the clock. Little break and we'll be back. AS Salé with some swashbuckling basketball to get them ahead by 1 point going into the final 4:40. And there he is, Haruna of Niger. Well, he was just picking off the ball there from Slimane. The reaction is just absolute gold. There's so much going on here. And honestly, you just don't know where it's going to go.
No idea. 24 points for Haruna. He's come alive in the second half, and it's been so crucial for Salé.
Dixon for 3. Dixon for 3. And US Monastir moved 2 ahead. Such a big score that is. And he now heads into a total tally of 20.
Back and forth we go.
Haruna, oh, it just comes straight off the metal. Now that was a score that they needed to get. It's one of those scenarios where you have to respond immediately because otherwise your opponents will take advantage.
Probably the wrong time for a heat check from Haruna, and it looked like that, just trying to ride his wave.
Slimane drops the 3 in. It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Threes for trees.
Threes for trees. Forests being planted here by both these teams.
Stoglin out wide. Haruna. Karachi. Oh! 81-83. And this time it's Mohamed Karachi.
This is a fantastic back and forth battle.
Masterclass for 3-point shooting. Dixon is at it again. And now he's up to 23 points. Stoglin! I don't know what to say. I'm going to lose my voice if we continue like this. That is ridiculous. Stoglin has hit now 35 points. This is just crazy.
His highest points tally for this edition of the Basketball Africa League, and back and forth we keep on going.
Well, Dixon, I don't know what he was trying to do, but when you get it in the path of Majok, he can do anything underneath the basket. Great score there for him. Haruna gets knocked off his feet. Majok goes down as well. Picked up by Dixon. Out wide to Diabite. Three-point game, Diabite, and that ball has just gone out, and they will pick up possession. Look at Karachi bumping his chest and hitting himself, screaming as if he's, well, done something great, and he has.
He has, for sure. Diabite could have pulled up and taken some time back, but what he has done is turn the ball over, and it's a crucial one because it's a three-point game.
Usher, can you go and listen to see what's going on for us, please?
Yes, I'm spying for you.
Thank you so much. US Salé have called this timeout. They know that they need to get a second win out of 3 games played because they lost their opener, they hit back by beating Beira in their second, and now they come up against US Monastir. They've had a little taste of that good stuff, you know, the good stuff when you just inch yourself ahead, Q, and you get that like little lead. They want a little bit more of that, because once you taste the good stuff, you want a little bit more.
And once you get a taste, it looks like it's contagious, and everybody else wants a little taste. 25 points it has been for US Salé. 16, they've limited US Monastir to win this 4th and final quarter, and it's all been through their 2 star players, and they've been given the keys. Massa has gone to the bench. Haruna's come on, been given a little bit more freedom offensively, which he's responded well to. And Stoglin has always had the keys. 35 points, and another great individual performance for him. But more importantly, it's a 3-point game going into the final 2 minutes of this game.
Usher.
Well, the update from the US Salé bench is that Coach Liz Mills has asked the team to set screens for Haruna and make sure they target either Sliman or Diabate, who both have 4 fouls, and perhaps take them out of this game. But also he has the hot hand, has been doing an incredible job behind the arc, and that's the plan.
2 minutes left to play. Stoglin tries to get the points, doesn't go in. The heads are in the hands, of course, but he does draw the foul. But the foul is Majok this time, and Majok, well, he's not too concerned because he's only got 2 fouls, I think.
Well, hands would have been...
Oh, is it Layani, in fact, who's picked up the foul there, I believe?
There were quite a few players around Stoglin, and...
The foul's gone to Layani. It's his 3rd in this game.
Yeah, that's correct. Just came across and just cut in the path of Stoglin. Stoglin getting the chance to just reel in that lead. It's 2 points now. This is so tantalizingly close. A wonderful Maghreb derby that's taking place here. Just look at that tally.
And obviously for Stoglin, who wears jersey number 41, he has a chance to make it the same number of points as his jersey, doesn't he?
Yeah. We'll keep an eye on that, Usher. Thank you so much. Dixon with the always being picked up. Karachi, Haruna, can they get themselves the points? There it is. It's not a great shot, is it?
No.
You saw when it left his hands that it was not going anywhere near that ring.
He looked like he rushed it just a little bit, and he had more time than he thought in transition. And you can see the frustration from Haruna, and he would have willed and wanted that to go in, didn't go, and so a timeout call this time.
Yeah, US Monastir with a timeout. What a tantalizing coach. In fact, US Monastir, if they win this, they're through. They're basically going to Kigali for the playoffs. They'll be one of the top 4 teams with 3 wins out of their 5. And that's what matters here, because it's a massive game for them. If US Salé lose, they've only got 1 out of 3, so they're gonna be battling hard to try and get their second, which could see them go through normally, but a 3rd would obviously be, you know, confirmation.
Absolutely. A win would be invaluable for both these teams. I think a little bit more pressure, though, on US Salé to try and pull out that result, because you said it, Robbie. You go down with that loss, that extra loss. Coming back becomes a more daunting task, and it feels like a higher mountain to climb.
Spoke to Liz Mills just after that last win against Beira. She was going, wow, we needed that big time, you know. And now it's, you know, game on. It really is. And they have fought back valiantly. I think they were down by 17 at one point. It was absurd. And you just thought, well, this is going to be one-way traffic, but no, of course it isn't, because basketball is never one-way traffic. It's all about runs, Q.
Well, Robbie, I have an update for you from this side. Coach Perisic saying we cannot lose this game. The instructions are very clear, and the players have been told to set screens for Dixon up front so that he can drive to the basket and get the easy two.
Crikey, there'll be more screens than you can possibly imagine, you know, taking place here with all of the what's going on with the coaches. Oh, look at Joe is on a bit of a drive there, doesn't he? Slimane charging through, goes to the free throw line and claims, well, the foul.
Well, every time he drives, you feel that he's got the ability to draw the foul. Karachi just chasing from behind, and then drew two defenders, and to the free throw line he goes.
Well, Slimane missing the first one, and in fact, every single point. Look, 1:27 left on the clock, and so much to play for here in Dakar between AS Salé of Morocco and the Tunisians of US Monastir. Rivalry beyond rivalry. It happens all the time. They love it. They live for it. We love it. We live for it.
Off the ball foul. Dixon picking that up. And that's going to be Dixon, or rather Stoglin, to the free throw line because it's their 5th team foul and a chance to tie it up. Free throw line, Robbie, is going to be crucial.
Oh, I think so too. And we're going to have, well, it's going to be stop-start, I think, you know. We're going to have plenty of fouls that are going to be taking place in the next 1:23. Oh, that's just gone over the top. The heart stopped for a moment, and then it went again.
They say your percentages don't matter anymore. This is the ability to knock down free throws in high pressure or under high pressure.
Stoglin looking to match that 41, as Usher said, and he is up to, what, 40 points?
39.
39. Dixon up against Haruna. Majok being tightly marked there by Kordu. There's so much going on here. All the dynamics. Majok will smash it in. And there he goes, adding the 2 there to make it a 2-point game. But at the other end, you've got Stoglin. Stoglin, he can keep hold of the ball and not have it knocked out of his hands. He's up against Majok now, dropped into the middle. Kordu out wide. There he is, Halal. Halal goes over the top. Is there anybody there to pick it up? There's a foul, and it's going against AS Salé. And look at the bench, the AS Salé bench, all off their feet because, of course, 53 seconds, and they're hoping that it didn't go against them, but it has.
Well, that play by Majok, Dixon creating, seeing him cutting, big dunk, big finish for a 2-point lead, and hearts would have been in their mouths because Slimane goes to ground, and had he picked up the foul, would have been off the floor. The referees ruled it AS Salé foul, and so Azuga picked up that 4th foul as well.
Bukashu coming on to replace that man Kordu. Need to be careful, another foul.
And both teams have more than 5 team fouls at this point.
Yeah, and that's the reason why we're going up to the free throw line.
Exactly, Robbie.
And it won't be the first of a few, I think, like you mentioned, Q.
I think it's going to come down to
a big three, as a buzzer, a big 3-pointer, you know. Shabozwa for Reg.
Or the ability to just make free throws. If they miss the free throws, it's going to allow open play. But the more free throws they make, the more we'll see counter-fouling by both the teams.
Important this is. Massa comes on. It's a big call to bring on Massa, the experienced Spaniard. Come on to replace Manawi. Chemseddine Alal. Dropped in beautifully. Manawi. Monastir fans watching on, applauding. Haruna. Stoglin.
2-possession game.
It is indeed. Going for a drive-through, trying to get past that man. Oh, goes over the top. Majok does enough defensively. And that could be a game-winning block, that.
The foul should come.
Out wide, Dixon. Let into the last 20 seconds. 4 points. Well, they're just going to ride this one out and take up. They still be another play. And they get their possession back.
Well, at 40 seconds, AS Salé decided to go for the full court press. However, on this possession, I'm surprised they decided to let US Monastir play a whole 17 seconds there with the ball.
It came a little bit too late. They recognized the situation. The call came, but the US Monastir players were already spread, so they were able to take even more time off the clock.
Yeah, just letting their finger off the pulse for a minute, which is a, you know, big error, really. Every second counts on that occasion. They weren't smart enough to deal with that.
Aruna picks up his fourth, but I'm not sure it's going to have too much bearing, because making this shot might be a bridge too far unless they can get a quick three up the court.
Well, here we go. And it goes in. Karachi, Stoglin tries to get past Dixon. Madjok's not going anywhere. There will be a foul. This time it's Madjok who made the foul on Stoglin. 7 seconds left on the clock.
Well, Stoglin, 3 defenders came at him and he got by 2. Madjok trying to assist his guards and then was just a little bit too slow. So Stoglin has a chance to go over 40 points on this make from the free throw line. Or if he makes both.
Up to 40 points. Terrell Stoglin.
I think we can hear the call there from Coach Liz Mills. The foul has got to come quickly.
This has gone up and it's gone in. Got to get the ball, got to get the ball. Well, there's the foul from Master, of course, just coming behind. There's 4.5 seconds remaining.
3 more seconds came off the clock on that one. And now I can truly say if they make these 2, it's going to be almost a bridge too far.
And obviously very important that Marnawi has gone to the free throw line thrice in less than 1 minute.
5 points. 5 points. And there's Marnawi with 8 points, 5 from the free throw line.
Great work under high pressure from Marnawi.
And there's another foul, so we're going to go up the other end of the court, of course, and it's Leani who's been singled out just as the ball was trying to be brought onto the court by that man, Karachi.
Or perhaps a slither of hope here for AS Salé.
Stranger things have happened in basketball.
So true. Stoglin. They get possession back, so 4.5 seconds remaining. They got to get it up there. Haruna's got to go for 3. It's just too short and it's game over. And US Monastir have held on. They fought valiantly, AS Salé, and Liz Mills, well, tactically she got it right, but it's not right if you don't get the win, and they didn't get the win, but what a tight tussle that was. Well, nerve-wracking, but a thriller for the neutrals and for everybody who's watching. Remarkable scenes here, some incredible scores, big high-scoring game. But finally, it's Morocco's AS Salé who fall to US Monastir of Tunisia, 90 points to 96. US Monastir comfortably can say they've got 3 wins now under Modrag Perisic, and they are, well, into the playoffs, like more likely.
I have to agree. I think that seals US Monastir's trip to Kigali, and it's a great performance by them. Great all-round team basketball. Slimane led the way with his 24 points. Dixon with 22. They had Diabite is 11 along with Leani. And on the other side, we have to talk about Terrell Devon Stoglin's 41 points. Haruna ably chipping in with 24. They tried hard, but on the day, US Monastir, the better team, even though there were some great individual performances on the side of Salé.
You can just see how motivated US Monastir are. They really are going to fight for absolutely everything in this season. Season's Basketball Africa League. And to pick up those 3 wins puts them in a very, very good position now. And they can probably, they won't take their foot off the pedal, but they'll continue to fight and try and get the right results, of course. And that means that we are very much in a good position. Radwan Sliman is the man who's going to come over, and we'll have to, I'll give you a little translation because he'll be speaking in French, and looking forward to hearing from him.
Simon, félicitations pour cette victoire. Vous êtes l'un des grands favoris à la BAL. Est-ce que vous pensiez que ce match allait être aussi difficile que ça?
Merci, tout d'abord. Et tout d'abord, on n'est pas favori parce que l'année dernière, on était
last year,
les favoris.
We were the favorites.
En finale, qu'est-ce qui s'est passé?
And we lost in the final.
Toujours être outsider.
And we were
la plus forte équipe.
We were in the outsiders. We're never the outsiders, and we're the strongest team. We're playing game after game. We're trying to find just consistency. We feel good. We give everything, especially defense. In defense, in attack you can win games, but in defense you can win titles, you can win silverware. And 8 matches, you know, we got to play this year, and the level of the basketball in this competition is extraordinary. And the atmosphere and the organization is extraordinary here, once again. And to put on a show, African basketball. We're here, and we're hoping that we can progress and try and play the best basketball possible.
24 points, vous dansez tout doucement vers vos 42 ans. C'est quoi votre secret?
Pas de secret, toujours comme j'ai dit.
Yeah, the secret is
il faut, tu as un grand cœur, tu travailles dur,
a big heart, work really hard, even at my age.
Je vais
41, nearly 42, just focus on training. You've got to work even harder than if you've had 20 years old. And, you know, God bless, without any injuries. And you just be focused on your health.
Toujours j'ai dit, age is just a number. Toujours je l'ai dit.
Merci beaucoup, Simon, et on vous souhaite bien sûr le meilleur pour le reste de la compétition. Merci.
You know what? I like that man because he said age is just a number. He said, honestly, he's one of my favorites now. Radwan Sliman, outstanding today. Really, really raised the bar, raised the game. Knew it was a Zagreb derby, and of course, you know, he was there, he was present, and he produced the goods. Let's have a look. I mean, he is up there with 24 points, field goals 7 out of 11, rebounds 8, and assists 2. I mean, top man for a 41-year-old. Oh, we love this.
And of those 7, 5 came from the three-point line. He was in rhythm, and it set the tone from the beginning. Dixon's 22 helped, and all 5 US Monastir players in double figures.
Yeah, Asher, what a game.
What a game. I mean, US Monastir have showed the quality that they have, that even under immense pressure, they can deliver the goods. And that is what Coach Perisic was talking about the consistency early on.
Basketball action here at the Basketball Africa League was amazing.
Wherever you are, just, you know, watch this because it's going to be fantastic. We've got another clash, as you mentioned, Dakar University Club up against Reg, which is, of course, is the Rwandan team. If they win another one, then they will be going to Kigali in Rwanda. Thanks very much for watching. Thanks, Asher. Thank you, Q. We'll see you a little bit later on. It's the Basketball Africa League, and we are loving it here in Senegal. Bye-bye.